Good afternoon. I'd like to introduce you to my family. This is Joseph. He is 10 and just started the fifth grade. In April, he received his yellow belt in Taekwondo. This is my son Noah, who is 8 in the third grade and enjoys soccer and dance. This is my warrior Wyatt, who's 4. He was born with a rare craniofacial syndrome that's landed him in and out of the hospital his entire life. Joshua and Thomas are my surprise twins. They just turned 10 months and they were born at 33 weeks. Last Christmas, we celebrated being a completed family, all together under one roof. Blessed with 5 gorgeous boys, my husband and I relished in being parents, which is by far the most difficult but rewarding job one could ever hold. We thought then we'd made it through some difficult times. Little did we know that our family would endure so much more. In January, just before our little man Joshua was supposed to travel to Cincinnati to have a non-invasive craniolectomy, he developed a horrible case of RSV that landed him in the hospital for 8 days. His surgery was pushed back until March in order to allow his lungs a full recovery. I remember waiting for the surgery to conclude, thinking if we made it through this, we would be good. Little did I know. After surgery, Joshua began throwing up, and due to his surgery, we thought we should have him checked out before we head home to Michigan. After a routine x-ray revealed a healed rib fracture, our lives changed. Upon arrival home, we took all of our children to the University of Michigan to be examined for bruising and breaks. We thought then it couldn't get any worse. Little did we know. Fast forward to March 31st when our doorbell rang, and there stood 3 police officers and 2 CPS workers with a court order to remove our children. A doctor who never met my husband, myself, or my children read an x-ray and made a diagnosis that included the strong possibility of abuse. With one letter written by a doctor with the credentials of child abuse specialist who knew nothing about our family was torn apart. We thought it couldn't get any worse. Little did we know. With that diagnosis, the state of Michigan must pursue a termination of parental rights. This still makes me shake in disbelief. I have spent the last 10 years of my life raising children, knowing without a doubt that Mom was the name that I was meant to be called, knowing that my life's work was to raise boys to love God and each other, knowing that I had 5 reasons to go to bed and wake up every day, knowing that I had 5 lives I was responsible for, and my duty was to teach my kids to have love, hope, and above all else, faith. Knowing every decision I made was based on their best interest, and a doctor made an assumption that had the power to change my family forever. At 6 p.m. that evening, I placed 5 boys in a stranger's car with tears in my eyes, and I asked my oldest boys to be brave, to treat everyone with respect, and to know in their heart that Mom and Dad would do everything in their power to make this wrong right. We assured them that truth would prevail. We told our boys we were ready to fight and an army would form, and our army would be led by God. With that, I prayed with my boys, and I closed the doors. As they pulled away out of my driveway, I fell to the ground, and I cried a cry no mom should ever cry. I prayed a prayer no parent should ever pray. I vowed that very moment to fight the fight no matter the cost. I spent the next 2.5 months researching everything there was to know about broken bones and premature babies. I spent evenings on the phones with specialists, sending medical records, reviewing reports, speaking to attorneys. So much information out there pointing to other possibilities, yet nobody would look at them. We got caught up in a system where you are guilty until you prove yourself innocent. A system that believes they rarely get it wrong, so better safe than sorry. After 2.5 months and over $50,000, draining our savings and 401k, we won our battle and our family was reunited. But not every family has the same outcome. Our battle may be over, but our fight continues. You see, this is Joseph, and he'll no longer participate in Taekwondo because he was wearing the uniform the day they removed him from our home. As for Noah, he runs and hides every time our doorbell rings because he's afraid of who's on the other side. Wyatt, at the young age of 4, asks me every time I leave the house if I'll be coming home and reminds me that I'm his mom and I live with him. My twin boys spent 3 crucial months away from their mom and dad at a time where they needed to bond. My husband Anthony, who has had the unbelievable hard task of convincing our whole family it's okay and we're going to be okay, he himself wakes up in a cold sweat. As for me, the mom, I have anxiety every time I walk into a hospital knowing that doctors don't look at families, yet they have the ability to tear them apart. They may rarely get it wrong, but they do occasionally, and we do matter. I want people to know my family. I want doctors to know that we do matter. I want them to not jump to conclusions without doing due diligence to rule out a differential diagnosis. It is not okay to falsely accuse innocent families with the hope of finding abusive families. We are family and we do matter. Thank you for your time.